Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing the timed event. I did do a little bit of Theater Mechanicus off camera, but I didn't do all of it.
That figure on the wharf! It looks like Kazuha!
Oh, what's he doing here? So, what's going on?
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
We didn't expect to see you either! Returning as a guest for the Iridori Festival, no doubt.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
It's too bad that I never got him when making wishes.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me.
Oh.
I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
The Tanuki strikes again. Actually, I don't really know who it is. I've made so many guesses by now.
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Of course it does.
Huh. How did you know?
You tell Kazuha all that's happened over the last few days.
Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Kazuha, can you show us that piece of paper?
Sure. Here it is. Please, have a look.
The 5 Kasen Splendor, Akahito. Long have I been famed, and since my youth I had great ambition. I stamped every new verse with the scarlet seal, and thus was I known to all. But last year, when we presented our verses, mine was found to be taken from poets past. For the theft and deception, I was banished into the wilderness. The 5 radiant lights never shall be again. Ah, how the tides do shift.
Last time, Aoi Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akahito. And sure enough, this is a story about him. The story this time basically says that Akahito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the Shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was soon exiled. Well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
Well, the other stories weren't much better either.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the Shogunate. So I'm not all that different from Akahito mentioned in this story.
But according to the story, Akahito was exiled by the Shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha. Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
The seal mentioned in this story. Maybe it can help Xingqiu?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution.
Oh, that could work, yeah.
While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
Wow, that's an idea! Quick, let's go tell Albedo!
That said, they did say that he would personally sign them, didn't they? I guess personally stamping that could be considered personally signing it.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Xingqiu!
You tell Albedo everything that happened with Kazuha.
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution. A stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However...
Is there another problem?
Since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books.
That's what I was thinking.
But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Ouya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Yes, that's it, Jinyu. Your writing is greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Almost.
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other 2 authors participating in the new release event.
That's cool. Shortly after, the other 2 authors arrive.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing House.
We did it. The event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Shincho! Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air. We still have some time to burn. Where should we go next?
I hear Paimon, but I don't see her. Where is she? Please, game. Load. There we go. We still have some time to burn. Okay, yeah. That's what she said.
Traveler, there you are.
Oh, it's these 2.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand.
Really?
This bard just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you 2.
Huh.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before. Here's the paper. Please have a look.
Okay. The 5 Kasen Splendor. Sumizome. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. So what, we gotta find some water and put all the pieces of paper into it?
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only 2 lines.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
Yep.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
For For some reason, I was under the impression that it was saying to dip all of them into the water, but I guess that's not the case. You carefully dip the paper into the water.
Wow, look! It's really working! More words have appeared on the paper! Let Paimon see what it says.
The 5 Kasen Splendors, Sumizome. Going over his poetry, I found that the plagiarized piece did not have his scarlet seal. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. The true verses were not washed away, but the text of that despicable crime faded. Aoi no Okina passed me by, just as he was writing a verse for Akihito. One storm had yet to settle, and it was already time to write new poems.
The story says that after Sumizome got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the Shogun, surely one of those two methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
So this poem wasn't written by Akihito. It was added later by someone else.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up!
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
Oh, really?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
That's neat.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Wait a second. What about the 5th? Whatever.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the Shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
That was neat.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Soon after, Albedo completes the 2 portraits. Paimon, what's wrong? You seem upset.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out.
Who's been leading those poems?
One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuronushi, right? It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh, have you really not noticed?
Huh? Not noticed what? This is no time to be playing games, Tone Deaf Bard!
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh? Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection.
Oh.
An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito.
The culprit is none other than Kuronushi.
What? Kuronushi?
Okay.
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him.
Okay.
Hey, Kazuha. Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
Gokuden?
The Raiden Gokuden? What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission.
I think I see where this is going.
Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
I actually didn't know that, or I just forgot it.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely.
That sounds suspicious.
Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedahara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well.
Oh.
After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow.
Okay.
I will tell you everything I know then.
Hopefully nothing happens between then and now. Whatever. A new painting in Pale Scarlet has been completed, and a new quest will be made available. Oh. Interesting. So these 2 right here are now available. Let me claim the prizes for this very fast. So all I did was do something that's called Horde mode, which is basically the same thing as what I did for the, on camera. And it was, the same level and everything, but the enemies were just slightly harder. And I got the points for that. Now, the next one right here, I haven't done, and I haven't done this or this either, but I'm thinking I'm going to do all of them off camera, because it's more or less the same as it's always been. So let me check out this. Clash of Lone Blades. Go forth, Golden Whirlwind. You've received no commissions from Catherine, nor do you have appointments with any friends. And yet, in the darkness, a golden light leads you to a small island in the middle of the ocean. How strange. What in the world has happened? What about this one right here? The Floral Courtyard. Amidst the Iridori Festival, the florist Fushizome is looking for someone to experience the art of Ikebana. Let's go to this one. The Floral Courtyard one, because that is reminding me of something from a while back that involved having to do stuff like over the course of several days. Whereas the other one sounds more like it's going to be combat related. So I'm not as worried about that. Let's talk to Fushizame. Good day, you two. Ah, a fragrance wafts from the 2 of you. You must be connoisseurs of the finer things in life. Huh. Do we smell that nice either? Let Paimon try. Oh, you do smell of Matsutake meat rolls. Guess this lady's right on the Mora, huh? I don't think she's talking about that kind of fragrance, Paimon. That's true. And with this familiar opening... Oh, Paimon gets it. Is this lady gonna need our help as well? Indeed, I believe that you will serve as dutiful guides and bring more customers in. But I'd prefer that you'd be able to enjoy this festival as a customer. Would you two like to give it a try if you have time? Creating a floral courtyard of your very own, that is. What's a floral courtyard? Sure, I'd like to find out. As you can see, I'm a florist. The arrangement of these flowers stands behind me is the floral courtyard, arranged according to the principles of Ikebana. To place carefully trimmed flowers into their respective vessels and add on various accessories to create a courtyard like seen on the table, this is the floral courtyard, the crystallization of the floral arts. With the aid of the Yashiro Commission, I am taking part in the Iridori Festival with a variety of floral courtyards in hopes that we might introduce the beauty of floral arts to our guests. If you're interested, please feel free to give it a go. Huh. These floral artworks really are super pretty, and they look really elegant too. But it looks tough. Can we really do it? Let's see. Worried about your handicraft skills, Paimon? Please do not worry. To help our guests truly appreciate the charm of this art, I have prepared a great number of items that can simplify the construction process. You just need to select the main flower, the floral scene, and the base, before combining these elements to create your very own floral courtyard. Of course, the important thing is to experience expressing yourself through the floral arts. As such, I will give you 4 floral themes to test your thinking a little. If you complete the theme on each day, you will be able to take the corresponding floral courtyards and the flowers back with you as mementos, along with some extra prizes. Really? That's awesome! Hehe, come on, Aether. Since this lady's put in so much effort, let's lend her a hand, shall we? We'll do it for the beauty of the floral arts. Alright then, let's start now. Let's make our own. What was it again? Right, our very own floral courtyard. Ha ha ha, you have my thanks for your enthusiasm. Well then, let's begin, shall we? The theme for today is the purple sakura lies sparse. The clear sand is fragrant. So sakura and sand, huh? Ponder the meaning of this theme, and focus on the flowers and the various other utensils to create your very own floral courtyard. So, in other words, I can, I'll be able to keep whatever I make. Okay, that should be good. Floral theme complete. That was a little bit annoying. Let's, talk to her again. In the following days, I will continue to stay here and guide those. Okay, so she doesn't really give you any more to do. This might actually be a daily thing, just like I thought it might be. Let me check this out, though, just to see. Floral courtyard. Yeah, I can claim that. So as long as I check back here every single day, it'll be fine. And I may actually just do the rest of this off camera as well, because, yeah, it's just arranging the things that they tell you to arrange in a specific way. It's not really all that interesting. As for this one right here, the Clash of the Lone Blades, I'll leave that until the next video, as well as the rest of the timed event. I'm going to continue the Archon quest now instead, so I have to go to the designated location. I think I have to select Chasm Spelunkers right here. Here we are. So there's several places I can go to, and there's a treasure chest over here. So I'll be getting that first. I imagine it involves... Oh, it doesn't involve defeating these guys. I didn't have to, but I'm going to now. Die. Give me all the loots. Better collect this. Now, this is one of those puzzles where you have to stand in just the right spot. Not too hard when you know what to do.
Today is a lucky day.
Go ahead and collect these as well, since I'm already here. Now, we have to go down further in a bit, but not quite yet. Is there anything behind me? No? Okay. Other than a box that I don't need to break. I could have gotten that crystal fly if I was a little bit faster, but it doesn't matter. Whoa, a monster. It looks so strange. Yeah, it's got a weird aura on it, around it, or whatever.
My apologies.
I don't know what else Paimon said, but it's fine because I think that I weakened it by using the special thing that I got.
Whirling snow.
I could be wrong about that though.
Rest and rebound.
There we go. Okay, you. Stop being a pain in the butt. Ah! Knock it off. Okay, I better interact with this. Light up the dark. Now, you see down there at the bottom, middle bottom part of the screen, where my HP bar is, on the left-hand side, just slightly above that, is a blue bar. That's actually the energy that I recharged. Now, I don't know how much it recharged it, because it looks basically the same as it did before. So, it probably didn't do anything special, but I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, what a horrible smell. Do you smell it too? I couldn't read the rest of that because it kind of acted weird. Oh. Oh! Well, that drained all the energy. I'm not able to get more? Oh, okay. I guess I can't do anything with that down there. That's weird. That's kind of reminding me a little bit of, Legend of Zelda, there, for whatever reason. The light is fading. My crystal lamp should last for another 4 hours. There's not much food left. I should be able to find the water filter from memory, but we must find a new source of light. Huh, those lights are floating. Are they walking? Am I starting to see things due to a lack of oxygen? That don't sound good. Look for clues to Uncle Hues' whereabouts. Well, there's one of the clues. Probably another one over here, right? Oh wait, no, it's saying it's down below. One down there and another one over there. Collect these guys. If only for the luminescent spines that they give. Even though they can recharge the... I've got to see what the name of the thing is, the gadget that I'm currently using. Because it does have a specific name. Lumenstone Adjuvant. Okay. I'll just call it the Lumenstone. There is also something over here that I can interact with. But it's directly down below, so I don't need to get to that just yet. Well, actually, yeah, I will. I was worried about having a hard time getting back to this thing over here, but it's fine.
There's no end to this.
I need to switch Benji back in, don't I?
Take flight.
I'll worry about that in a little bit.
I wasn't done.
After I interact with the stuff over here, wherever it might be. Defeat these guys. Oh, look at that. Locked gate of some kind. What you doing, dude? Why are you standing here? Actually, it doesn't matter why you're standing here. Good night. Actually, they kind of ran away, didn't they? Is that another treasure order? Interesting. So, this is Noctilucous Jade, which is... I'm starting to think that could tie into the story of this place. I mean, it does kind of glow like the Lumenstone does. Now let's check this out. I didn't see that before for some reason. When I get too near the black magma, my thoughts grow jumbled and my senses become agitated. But when I stand close to these crystals, these deleterious effects retreat greatly. I once heard little Jinwoo say that some adjuvant thing can be used to store energy from these crystals. I should ask her about that when I get back to the surface. My ears itch. I can hear someone calling out to me, telling me that there is water in the depths. Mushrooms. Oh dear. I fear that I might be going quite insane. That's unfortunate. Oh. I didn't even see this treasure chest before.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes,
There
this
was
seems suitably
something...
sophisticated.
Something was draining the energy of the thing that I'm using for some reason. Was it the treasure chest? Maybe it was. This refilled the energy though, so it's fine. There's another treasure chest over there, and that's actually where I need to head to. But I'm gonna go grab this treasure chest over here first. Oh. After defeating this guy. Oh wow, he's tougher than normal. Weird.
By royalty.
Should.
Or are those guys always the tough ones? I know that some treasure hoarders are stronger than others. Okay, let's solve this puzzle. Easy enough.
I shall treasure this good fortune.
I like having puzzles that are that quick and easy to solve. Like, I don't mind complicated puzzles sometimes, but I do think that being able to just quickly solve them and not have to fight against enemies that are basically the same ones that we've always fought, you know, it can get annoying after a while. Fighting the same thing over and over again. Now, this is the area that we have to go to, right over there. I'm gonna make sure that I get everything over here first. Recharge. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We've seen this outside before. Is this the path further in? Ah, I didn't open that up. Yeah, I think that's a path that goes further in. Let's claim whatever this is. Oh. Didn't even realize that that was necessary. Anyways, I'll get that Celia up there after I'm done dealing with these guys. Getting the next note. I should have switched in Venti. I know that I said I would, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like it at the time.
The wrong
Now I will, though. After I open the treasure chest.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures.
Okay. What's this? Notice. Due to the recent incident, all supply stations built for collaborative purposes will be shut down permanently. All Millilith personnel, clerks, and miners stationed there, please leave soon. Members of the Fatui spotted in this area will be arrested as enemies. Please stay alert. Okay. Got the iron chunks. A diary fragment right here. Some strange black magma is oozing out of the depths of the earth. I'm not sure if calling it magma is precise, but it looks very ominous. Best not to get near it. I went deeper still and retrieved some strange mushrooms. I'm not certain if they are edible or not. The magma seems to have attracted some elemental life forms. Now, if they can eat it, perhaps I could too. No, something's wrong. Something's gone wrong with those little things. I'd better leave. This is surely not to be taken for sustenance. Once you get used to it, mushrooms actually don't taste too bad. It might be best to relocate to a spot where mushrooms might be found and make camp there. That's a little bit disturbing. Well, these should be the places that Jinwoo mentioned. Let's head back. So we have to go back up to where she is. Oh, I didn't have to read that again. Anyways, I'll get the Celia up there. I didn't forget. I actually remembered. Claim all of these two very fast. Now, I think that this is the fastest way to get up there. I could be wrong about that. I'm stuck. Oh no. Okay, good. How did a boat get down here? I think this is part of a boat or something. There, it's like a lookout post. Is this one white instead of green? I think it is. Huh. Like a whitish blue. I guess it's a new type of Sealy, isn't it? Usually new types of Sealies always have some kind of special catch, though. Like, they do something different from what you'd expect. This one didn't, though.
Unsolicited.
I was half expecting it to disappear on me. Is there anything up here very fast, just to make sure? You never know, there could be something. Okay, I've been in this area already. So now it's just a matter of teleporting back up to where I was. Oh, you're back. Uncle He left this behind. Huh? He did he? Go on then, tell me. You tell Jinwoo about what you found earlier. Black magma, lumen stone, and mushrooms? Huh, that's weird. And a sort of, and a familiar sort of weird too. Let's head back to the encampment. It would be best not to linger here. So what, are we going back outside again? No, we're going back down there again, okay. I thought it would be weird to send us outside at this point. Now, there is something... Oh, no. I think it's, like, over there somewhere, or over there. I'm not sure where it was now. But I might be able to clear it out later, the black magma stuff. I'm not going to worry about it for now. I just wanted to make a mental note of it at the very least. I could have marked it down earlier, but... Yeah, I just wasn't thinking about it at the time. It's so dark in here. Paimon can hear strange noises. Is this what they call babbling rocks? Is that what she said? Babbling rocks? Huh. Well, this is interesting. These things blow up. So... Yeah. Like this very fast for the money. That allows you to jump up higher. This also allows you to jump up higher. And I prefer to be up high if I can be. I could go all the way down there if necessary. But for now... Actually, is this the way forward? I think that this is the way forward. Yeah, it is. So I'll go down here first. Whee! Okay, you. Disappear. And I didn't think that defeating it would have anything to do with the puzzle. Right there. Yep.
I shall treasure this good fortune.
It's a matter of standing in the, like, middle between all three objects. It works out for you. Okay. Now, I could go into this hallway over here very fast. I'm ignoring those enemies for now. What's going on in here? Oh, okay. So, now I would have to get, like, back up to where I was. That could be slightly troublesome. I'm not sure if there was anything else in that room that I was just in. I'm kind of hoping that I find a teleporter, though. I'll probably find one at the encampment that she was talking about. Jinwoo. So when I get up there, I'll probably be stopping at that point.
Order guide you.
Well, actually, I'll definitely be stopping at that point if I find a teleporter.
My apologies.
Let's get this treasure. That
I
treasure
shall treasure
chest
this good fortune.
was related to those enemies. I don't mind a mix of things like that, where it's like some enemies have, you know, some treasure chests require you to defeat the enemies, and some require that you do other things. This is gonna be weird. How do I get back up there? I guess just like that. And then carefully work my way up. Is there gonna be a hole up here that I can get through? No? Not really? Oh, there's this right here, though. Okay. And then continue upward to this area. I'll worry about the rest of that stuff down there. I like this area so far. I think it's really cool. And there we go. There's the teleportation waypoint. I'll talk to her again, though, very fast before I stop. So let's hit that recharge station. Here we are. Strange. Where'd she run off to? Hey! I'll wager she's gone running off to some other corner of this place to draw her maps again. What's up? She drew this just after you left. She's probably gone deeper into Explorer. Please tell her for me that she should quit leaving everyone else behind to go running off by herself. If anything bad happens, we're all gonna get dragged down with her. Jinwoo's fist will know no mercy, I tell you. That sounds, scary. Pretty scary indeed. Alright then, less idle talk. More action. You can either help me set up here, or you can go scout ahead. Sorry if I'm not the most courteous character. I just want the things I do to be of use to everyone. Ah yes, by the way, if you see some raw lumen stone, or along the way, bring some to me. I will find some way to turn them into more effective adjuvants. As far as my experience can tell me, these things will be very useful down in the mines. Okay, I'll do that very fast. Oh, it revealed part of the... I was wondering if I would have to, like, find a statue of the Seven or not. So, that's pretty neat. I like it. Oh, there's even, like, a little pond area over here. Enhanced Lumenstone Adjuvant. Collect Lumen Spar and Lumenstone Ore. And it didn't
The smell
really,
coming from the mines has changed again.
didn't really tell me what else, but I mean, I couldn't read the rest of it. Oh, you're here. What is it? Would you like me to refine your Lumenstone Adjuvant? Refine the Adjuvant. Okay, I still need 4 more. Well, that's fine. Enhancing to this level will grant the following rewards. So not only is it going to benefit me in, you know, as far as with exploration and stuff is concerned, it also is going to give me rewards. That's very nice. One of them is even a crown. So, not to mention these things, Intertwined Fates. Speaking of Intertwined Fates, let's see if it's my fate today to get a new character. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I got a 4-star weapon, but I'm not really interested in that for right now. Anyways, so this is where I'm going to be stopping. Thank you very much for watching. Next time I play, I'm going to be continuing the Hues of the Violet Garden quest. In particular, I'm going to be doing Clash of the Lone Blades as well as, you know, doing the next story part of it, too. I'm pretty sure that Clash of Lone Blades is going to be like a fighting tournament type thing or whatever, you know, where you fight a bunch of enemies. Anyways, so yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.